Welcome to day 8 of 30 days of AL, and today we are going to look at subscriber code units, AL best practices guideline.
Hii ni Tech na Msangi ya jishinde.com.
So subscribers have to be put in code units, and there are few performance considerations that we should keep in mind when designing such a code unit. First of all, we should keep it as small as possible, and we should work with single instance code units. We should only subscribe when necessary, and we should avoid the generic OnInsert, OnModify, and OnDelete. And so we should keep the code unit as small as possible, because when a subscriber gets called, a new instance of the code unit is being loaded in memory. So when you instantiate a code unit, you basically load it in memory. And if it's a smaller code unit, then automatically it will be faster. So in a way, another example is to break the code units for the subscription to have not one but two. If you're having a subscriber to different types of or different modules, at least we should break it down to several code units. And then we should also work with a single instance code unit. This is a property of the code units. When you say the single instance is true, we avoid the extra loading of the context. So while a subscriber is being executed, use single instance code unit for subscribers, but remember it will retain the state across the entire session. I'll share a link on single instance code units if you want to learn more about it. But in a nutshell, unlike when you have the normal code units which are not other code units which are not single instance, anytime you call the code unit, then it is instantiated again. So similar to how a class is, because in the L a code unit is sort of similar to a class. We can call it like a class, and it has got the methods now. Remember, a code unit is a model for something that we'd like to achieve, because the object-oriented programming concept of classes is a class is like a model, and a code unit for us also is also like a model. So anytime a code unit is called, it's instantiated in memory. But if we'd like to if you're having subscriber code units, these are code units that are used for subscribing to events, and ideally they should we should only have specific code units for event subscription. We should not mix the business logic with the event subscription. So these particular code units, I think they are good candidates for single instance code units. Remember, the single instance property should be used sparingly, not to all code units, because you maintain the state. So when you maintain the state, it means anytime the same subscription is called, you don't reinstantiate it. We still refer to the code unit that is already instantiated and stored in the memory. So that's a good practice, to have them subscribers as single instance. And we should only subscribe when necessary. And you can watch the video that I displayed on the top about binding the subscription. Binding the subscription is stating the code unit that is responsible for subscribing to an event that is raised. So it means we avoid having it is using manual subscribers. Like the default is usually the default subscription type is static automatic, where any subscriber that subscribes to a particular code unit is raised. But when we use the manual subscribers or the bind subscription, where we say the event subscriber instance is manual, I think the property is supposed to be event subscriber instance is manual or static automatic, then we are able to specify that this event should only be subscribed to by a particular code unit, and we are restricting the code units that can subscribe to a particular event that is being raised. So while raising the event, we use that, and this is for events that we clearly know the subscriber code units for such events. So if we are creating an app that can be subscribed to by other applications, then this is not something to consider. Remember, these are just best practices, but we should also consider your scenario or what you're targeting to achieve. It's always good to know what we are trying to achieve. If the app shouldn't be subscribed to by external application, then you bind the subscription to only specific subscriber code units. And we should avoid subscribing to the OnInsert, OnModify, and OnDelete. Actually, yeah, so these triggers, system triggers, we should avoid, because any OnInsert subscriber breaks the bulk inserts simply because it needs to perform any operation after every record that was inserted. So after inserting every record, then the subscriber code unit is called, remember, and it will slow down the inserts. After doing the OnModify, then we need to also call another subscriber, and in the when you look at the modify all method, which does a batch modifications, we can't be able to do that when we have subscribed to. Same to the delete. With the delete all, we need to have several SQL loop calls to just make sure that a subscription is run for these particular triggers. So that's it for this video on the subscriber code units and the best practices for how we should subscribe to them. So these are, again, I repeat about the best practices. They are suggestions that will fit in specific scenarios. So always validate what your specific scenario is and try to apply them when necessary. You should not just apply just because the suggestion is there. Take time and look at what will fit into your particular application and the particular instance that you're trying to achieve, or the requirements that you're trying to achieve. So I will see you in day 9 of 30 days of AL. See you there.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss the next one.